Do you want to wake up feeling like you're stepping into who you're meant to be, into the best possible version of you? What if I told you that the key to your best life, health, and happiness are all around you? You just have to find what works for you. I'm Hope Pedraza, and I believe that there isn't just one way to live a healthy and meaningful life, and that all you need is a little inspiration to make changes that last from the inside out. Each week, I'll be sharing tangible tips and inspirational interviews to help you on your journey. These are the steps to take to improve your life and live with purpose. This is Hopeful and Wholesome. Hello, welcome y'all to Hopeful and Wholesome. We're on the last episode of my chakra series and connecting the chakras to your wellness and how to support those with nutrition and mineral balancing and all the things about the chakras. We've moved our way up through the 7 main chakras. Today is the 7th, and it's the crown chakra. And I have a special gift for everybody who's listening to these. And if you've listened to all of them, my congratulations to you. You've made it through all of them, and you know a little bit more about your body and how it works. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a second, but I want to talk about the crown chakra first. So the crown chakra is the chakra that is associated with the top of our head. It's our crown. It's our head center, crown chakra, and it's associated with spiritual connection and well-being. And so when this chakra is blocked, this can leave you feeling things like you might feel disconnected, numb, maybe without purpose, lacking spiritual enlightenment, or maybe just kind of that kind of spiritually disconnected feeling. And when it's overactive, things like greed and arrogance, those things can kind of show up, maybe just feeling overall unsatisfied. And I think this also, it can leave you feeling just kind of disconnected from other people and from that divine source, God energy, just leaving you feeling disconnected from that. So just like all the other chakras that we've talked about, this chakra is associated with one of our glands, and really not by coincidence or accident, it is associated with kind of our master gland, which is the pituitary gland. And while this isn't, I feel like this isn't a gland we often talk about, because typically, we're talking about our thyroid or, adrenals. I just feel like we talk more about these, but our pituitary gland is actually really, really important because it is considered our master gland, and it's responsible for production of growth and sex hormones, the aging process, the inflammatory response, and really kind of like the director of all the other endocrine glands. So it's like they're getting their directions from the pituitary gland. You might have heard of the HPA axis. You have the hypothalamus, the pituitary, and the adrenals. Like pituitary is involved in that, right? It's talking directly to the brain. It's telling the body what to do, when to do it, and where to put what, and how much, and all those things. So again, not by coincidence or by mistake, but this with the crown chakra, this being our top chakra, and kind of what this overall, this like governing board for our spiritual bodies and for our bodies, it's the pituitary gland it's in charge, right? So when we're supporting the energy center here, we're talking about foods. There's not really any, so for the other chakras, I went through specific foods and there was like colors involved and minerals and things like that with the foods. Well, there's no really specific foods associated with this energy center. Supporting this center is more about just like overall wellness. And it's about keeping inflammation at bay and keeping the other centers balanced, because the pituitary gland, one of its responsibilities is the inflammatory response and regulating that part of the body. It's really all about just managing inflammation overall and overall health and wellness with the other centers. Because if we're balancing out all of the other centers with the minerals and the foods that I've talked about through all the other 6 episodes, then your pituitary gland is going to be perfectly balanced and perfectly healthy, right? For balancing the other ones out. Because as I've mentioned in the other episodes, they all work together, right? Chakra just is the Sanskrit word for wheel. And so it's just these wheels of energy, and it starts from the bottom to the top, right? They all work together to make the energy flow. So if all the other ones are in line and balance and working optimally, then so is your crown chakra. If we're looking at supporting the gland, the specific gland, like the physical gland, right? What that looks like. We're looking at minerals that are going to support the pituitary gland and support, again, we're going back to just that thought that the idea of overall inflammation and just kind of keeping that anti-inflammatory response. We're looking at things like manganese. Magnesium is a really big one. Magnesium, I've talked about probably every gland that we've gone through here, but it's a big one because it's involved in so many reactions in the body, right? 500 to 600 reactions in the body require magnesium. And so it's a big one to make the body function. And then you want to look at antioxidant vitamins and minerals, things like vitamin E, selenium, vitamin C, omega-3 fatty acids, maybe glutathione. Even though it's our body's natural antioxidant, but we can take that to really help ensure that anti-inflammatory response. So we're just looking at how we can support overall and anti-inflammation, cellular support. And then again, it goes back to supporting all the other glands. So I highly recommend, if you're just now jumping into this series, I do recommend going back to the other ones in this series. There are 6 other episodes, and I go through each of the chakras and what they're responsible for, kind of the emotions that are associated with this, and then the physical aspects that are associated. And so my gift to everybody is, even if you're just now catching up and you're just now listening to this one, you still get access to the gift, but you can learn more in this. So if you go down into the show notes, you'll see I have a little free guide, and it's basically everything I've talked about in all 7 episodes in one happy guide. And so it's all about mineral balancing and nutrition for building balanced chakras and longevity. And it lays it all out right there about the mineral balancing and the food. So if you're someone who's been taking notes, amazing. But I have some more notes for you, so you can keep this for your reference. And then I also have just the links to the other episodes. So if you don't want to scroll through back through all of my episodes, then just download the guide, and I have links directly to those episodes. And so you can just download it from there. And you can go back and listen to all of them. If you're an auditory learner, then there you go. If you're more of a visual person, or if doing both really ensures that you're getting it, then do both. Listen, read the guide, and it's all there for you. I'm excited to give you all that and to be able to share this resource with y'all. And I would also love to invite you to, and while it's not directly related to the chakras are involved, but I do have my masterclass going on right now that is all about tying in your human design to your wellness and to your business. And again, while it's not directly related to the chakras, we do talk about the chakras because there is that element in the human design body graph about the chakras or the energy centers. So something else really great to dive into to learn more about these parts of you. So I'll leave a link to that in the show notes as well. You can jump in. It's a 3-part series. So even if you've missed honestly, even if you missed the first, second, or third, the replays will be there for a while. So you can go back and watch them and learn and listen and just get more insight into how your spiritual and physical bodies are connected and how we can just better use it and live a more aligned life and thrive. So thank you so much for coming through this series with me, y'all. I'm excited to I have another series coming out, and it's not going to be over the course of 7 months like this one was. It's actually going to be over the course of just a couple weeks, but I've got a lot of new episodes coming out. So be on the lookout for that, and I will see y'all next time. Thanks for listening to Hopeful and Wholesome, y'all. If you found value in this week's episode, please subscribe on iTunes or wherever you listen to your podcast and leave a review to let me know what you thought. I'd love to know what you find useful in these episodes so I can know how to provide the most value I can to my listeners. And if you have topics you'd like to know more about, I'd love to hear those as well. So shoot me a message on Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn. It's @TheHopePedraza, or you can visit my website, hopefulandwholesome.com. Thanks, y'all.